Hello, I'm Zachary. And so, first and foremost, thank you for joining and wanting to help make this a reality. This is something that definitely needs to happen and that I'm anxious to make a reality. So, that said, a few things because I want to make this process as streamlined as possible. And it's a lot easier to do a video than it is to just kind of sometimes text it out. Two things you're going to need in addition to the Slack, and that's going to be the Google Docs and the Google Sheets. So you'll need to download those. Are both applicable to Android or Apple, so it doesn't matter. And they're free, so you're good there. I know some of you probably are new to Slack, myself included. So just to kind of get you up to speed on what I've been able to gather and what I know to be a fact, you'll want to obviously make sure you're in the STL. You've probably already gotten that far. But the announcements, that's the other thing that we want to make sure that we're paying attention to. If you by chance did not get a chance to do so, it's going to be right here. You're just going to scroll up just a little bit, and you'll see the Path to Justice Pledge. And so it kind of goes into the details of what it is that you're expected to be doing. And then there's also a link there. So you'll need to click on the actual blue lettering. Oh, that would be my 14-day-old little girl. And so by having the Google Docs, you'll be able to click right into this. At the very bottom, you're going to find the links that they're talking about. You're going to find the master list for the elected officials. We'll get into that in just a moment. Additionally, you're going to have the official contact information and the Take the Pledge. So those are the two things that you need to be able to send to the person that you're talking to that you convinced to support. I'm going to click on it just so you see. And so it's super simple, super short: state, country, their position, their name, address, their social media handle that does play an intricate part. So once they complete all of that, they then step 2, go and post on their social media, any one of those platforms, that they have in fact taken the pledge, right? And so then they're going to need to copy the link, and then that takes them into step 3, which is the take the pledge part. And then again, they just post their title, name, email, the city, and then the link that shows that they provided that statement. And this is so that they get posted onto the main website for the project. So super simple. Probably takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. You know, if you're tech illiterate, which I'm clearly not. But a super simple process at the end of the day. And so I just kind of wanted to give you guys a visual to what the process should look like and how easy it is to do. That said, now that you know what to do, I wanted to focus on how we go about doing it, right? So I hate chaos. And so if I can direct your attention to this screen, this is where the Google Sheets comes in. I've already created this sheet in its project reform. Couldn't think of a better name. Open to suggestions. You're going to have the police stations. So this is the majority of the police stations in the St. Louis area. If I didn't get a specific area that you particularly live in, by all means, feel free to add it at the bottom. This is already set to where you guys can come right in and start adding to this with commentary. Also, you'll see that I have a page at the bottom for the master list on the Google Docs, which we'll also touch on here in just a minute. The mayors. I'm still working on the colleges, and then also working on successful St. Louis-based companies, because I feel like all of those different areas are target points that can help force in demand change, especially if they're all on board. And so I wanted to highlight those things. So the other part of this is that there's about, at the time of which I've created this video, there's about 36 members. And so I've broken it up. I think that if we break it up into groups, we'll be a lot more successful. And so I'm going to slide this here. Just kind of like how you see the emojis here, doing a similar thing, since I don't have control over highlighting and making people certain colors. If you're going to want to attack the police station list, then there's going to be a police emoji at the bottom. You just click that guy so we can see who's attacking what profile, right? And on that subject, I've kind of come up with a color code system so we can kind of eliminate overlap. So if you do get a hold of somebody, let's say here in Hazelwood, and you fill across this bar, all you literally have to do with Google Sheets, super simple, click the number. There's a paint bucket right there, and then we can make it green. We know you've talked to them. They don't have to get followed up with and annoyed, right? Adversely, if you do talk to them and they decline, then you can turn them red, and that way we can move on to the next person. It stays white until we get some type of notification. I did go ahead and fill out some other little tidbits here, like the name, the person. If you can, and they say yes, get their email. I think that's going to be huge. Yes, they're going to submit it into the one system, but I think as a whole, it's going to be better. And I mean, it's an idea at this point, but if we can get it to where we might be able to set up a time to do a group, meeting with the police chiefs or the councilman or both. And so just to be able to have that, those kind of conversations. So that email is going to be a critical piece. The other thing that you want to do, if you do get a yes, is get a recommendation. A referral is a powerful tool. I'm in car sales, if you haven't figured out. So that's why I have such like a salesy, I don't want to say salesy, but an idea of how to go about utilizing this and making it work for you. If you get somebody that says yes, ask them if they know another official, another police chief that you could put them in touch with, so that way we can continue to have success and garner more names and more pledges. Super simple system. Again, so it'll be a police emoji if you want to do this particular list. If you want to do the master list, which real quick, I want to show you how to get to that. That goes back to going to the announcements. And then clicking on that master list doc. It's going to pull up all of these lovely guys here. And you have to click, it'll highlight there, and then click again, open the link. And voila, you have about 48 names, I believe, on this particular list and their social medias. And so you can attach those as well. And so I think, again, I feel like four people on each or 5 on each would be more than enough. So it'll be a clipboard emoji to do this particular list. If you're going to go and do the mayor list and like the alderman, kind of like how I showed you. Or did I show you? I did. Maybe I didn't. So this is already pulled up. So super simple. We're going to use both at this time. Come out of that. So all the different little communities are already listed. So Hazelwood is right there. Just type in Hazelwood, Missouri, pop up. And you should see a hazelwoodmo.org. Put that in there just to help kind of cut down for the next person if they have to go behind you and you don't have success. And then a phone number or an email if you get it. If they answer and they don't give you a commitment right away, so we need to circle back. We want to have that so we can kind of make sure we're more effective going around the second time. And then also I think that the colleges would be huge, and I haven't finished that list yet, so it's blank at the moment, but I'll get that done tonight. And so then we can attack those as well. And so there'll be a laptop emoji to be that particular group and attack that market. So then when it comes down to it, I feel like I'm a goal setter. That comes into, again, the sales aspect of me. So I think 10 by Monday would be phenomenal. And so just to kind of give you an idea, if you've never done something like this, this is new territory for you, call first, in my personal opinion. Leave a message if sent to voicemail, but then call back and get the name of the individual that you're, the police chief or whomever the person you're trying to reach is. Get their name or their email. If they don't want to give you the email, that's fine. It's going to be online. So once you get their name, you can go and Google that. And then send them an email and kind of explain to them what we're doing. And then, make sure you put the links for the pledge in, and then make sure you make a note to follow back up with them. But I think 10 by Monday is super doable. And then, like I said, I've created the Google Sheet to make sure that we've cut down on overlap, and so we're not, going behind one another. And then also, depending on my little girl, I should have a video, much like you're watching now, available by Sunday evening, where I will formally address all of them. It'll be a generic video, but it'll apply to all parties involved. And you can also, if you haven't gotten a response, circle back and send that email, so that way everybody gets not only a written opportunity to join this, but also a visual to go with, because having both will increase the likelihood of them to commit. And it's, the thing is, we want to put a face to this. There's not been faces for so long. We want to make sure that we put a face to this and put our best effort. And so I have zero issues with doing that. And if there's something that I can do, or if there's a question, please do not hesitate to reach out and ask me. I am going to be available as much as one can. I have a newborn, so sleeping schedule's a little crazy. So that's why I'm up every 3 hours. So I feel like I'm more than qualified to respond here. You'll definitely get a response within I would say you probably won't go 6 hours without hearing a response from me. And then if this in any way sparked any ideas, put it out there, put it in the chat. There's no such thing as a ridiculous idea. Let's explore it. Let's talk about it, and let's expand on it, and let's get this done. Everybody has a voice. And so I cannot, again, stress how important this is to make a difference and to actually bring change. Thank you for stepping up and using your abilities to help. I think we're going to get this done. And I think we can get it done pretty effectively as long as everybody pitches in. Let me know how I can be of further help.